It's better a Christian host the social party for people that want to attend social parties, and we know that they go home sane, than to allow people of the underworld, quote and unquote, host these parties, and these people leave contaminated or initiated without knowing. So some people could just say, my home is my altar. We are not going to have these voices ring in this place. Do you understand?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, welcome back. Healer Heart is back. My name is the Lord's Anointed, of course, and like I told you guys sometime last month, Healer Heart is back. Healer Heart is that space where we'll come and talk about the Christian, the believer, and issues as related to the believer. Of course, how we can handle them through faith, through wisdom, and love. And on Healer Heart today, I am not alone. I have somebody so there to me. I would call her Auntie Gare, but I have with me Gare Abokwara. Gare is a TV host. She's a radio presenter. She's who I call an on-air OAP extraordinaire. She's a multi-talented kind of woman. She's an event host, MC, event planner, fashion designer. That's why I call her the multi-talented woman. Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. How is the economy treating you?
Fair.
Oh,
Fair, to be honest. Fair. Just fair. It can be better, but we're not down under. So it's fair, and of course, grateful to God for it. But could we ask the right questions? Should we start a revolution? Should we reject rice? Should we shout for people that are sharing rice? We should do all of that, right? But as Abba's baby, I'm okay. I'm fair. Everything's just good. Just good.
Okay, so we'll go straight right into it. Okay, so you are Ogene Gare Abokwara, the enjoyment minister to Radio Delta. You are Gare of Lamenki Couture to the fashion industry. Okay, you are Ogene Gare to the event host, the event MC industry. You are Gare to your boss and your team at Brad E event. You still kind of look for a way to have so many friends and you manage them. You also are a very proud child of God, Abba's baby, but we will come to that part. So how do you do all this? How do you manage being all this and still you do not lose your authenticity? You are never stealing any of these coats you wear. How do you do it?
So I think basically it's because the things I do are the things that I love to start with. Started off of wanting to survive, because if I say started off of wanting to survive, I'm not sure that most of the things I do started to give me money immediately on the go. So I think I still have my head above the waters because I'm doing the things that I love to do. I'm doing the things that, I don't wake up in the morning and have any regret that I'm going to coordinate an event today. I feel very giddy to host events. I feel very excited to go on radio, right? Television, same. Television scares me a little bit, but of course, television, same. So I think it's because I enjoy the things that I have decided to do, right? It's because I enjoy the things I've decided to do. It's why I'm able to have my head above the waters at all times.
Well, you inspire me so much because I am looking at my life and it's so hard to juggle presenting, juggle makeup, juggle content creating, and at some point I have to lag at some. I have to lay back to balance one, but you do all so perfectly and I can only imagine. Okay, we move on to the next. So let's come to your faith. You're a Christian, and the job you do, Christians would target that we live in a secular world, so we have to kind of find a way to adapt. So let's go to the presenting sphere. You work in a radio station, and they are what Christians would call Christian songs. They are what they would call secular songs, and they are what they would call worldly songs. They would say secular songs, they do not edify, but they do not go against Christian values, unlike worldly songs. But there are times that you do not have it. It is not in your power to, for the kind of songs you play, for the kind of songs you listen to, and you have to intentionally listen to the songs so you don't do any of the NTBB. If you know, you know, and all. Even also at the event hosting space, you go to anchor events and you don't have the right to tell the DJ, don't play the song, don't do this. And sometimes that's what your client wants, and you have to feel into it. You have to adapt so you can execute your job so perfectly. And Paul would say, fight the good fight of faith. So how do you manage this and it doesn't affect your work with God, your spirituality and all that?
All right, so basically, I think that in my journey, right, I always know that I would, if I say I would preach God, it's not it. It's that my life on a daily is just a clear example of the love of God, right? And I found myself in spaces where they're Christian. So let me do a practical story. I have a friend, a brother that does parties, social parties, but I know this is Abba's baby. So I sit and I'm thinking one day, and the next thing I hear is, it's better a Christian host the social party for people that want to attend social parties, and we know that they go home sane, than to allow people of the underworld, quote and unquote, host these parties, and these people leave contaminated or initiated without knowing it. So the thing is, also, whether you agree or not, see that person that you even think is dancing on a stripper hook is loved by God. Right? So it's based off of our own personal consecrations to say, I don't want to do things that do not glorify God. I don't want to be in a space where and for example is being sold, right? So it now comes back to your own personal values, right? So there are events you can't call me to host, for example, a party where I know there's going to be naked people. I have not put myself in that space where I'm having a conversation with those kind of people, right? I'd go to events and just host events for people that are sane. So I think that the kind of person that you are determines the kind of person, the kind of people that will get attracted to you, right? So there are times where, you now know that, okay, in my consecration now, I'm not supposed to be caught in a club. Right? I am not a hype man. I am an event MC. I do corporate. I do a bit of everything. You could, what's that word? And I perfect. Somebody called me that the other day to say, if they say come and jump, you will jump. If they say calm down and be a corporate person, you're doing that. But I am not. So if, for example, maybe a hype man will now come and say, a hype man self that is even still that still knows their God, will still come and tell you, this is what it is, right? So I don't think that I'm never caught up in the worldly situations, quote and unquote. For radio, for example, even songs that are not to be broadcast are the songs that will promote sex, profanity, drugs, smoke, and all of that. Those songs aren't even supposed to go on the radio. Do you understand? So I'm not caught between the devil and the deep blue sea on this issue, because it's just based off of who you are. It's still, your brand will affect everything. The recommendations you get, the people you work for, the people calling you, the people reaching out to you. And it's just where you just create a balance with radio is, for example, you can't say, when we're supposed to now do maybe homeward bound, we're supposed to play cool Nigerian songs for people to go home, and I say, no, by fire by force, we must worship. Do you understand? So that's where we start to get it. Yes, you start to have issues. We know people that they've gone on to say their consecration is they basically can't listen to secular songs, and they go off of the radio, and then they take programs that are just Christian programs, they do just strictly gospel. When you get that call, it's a personal thing between you and the Father, and you know how to go on from there. But I'm not in a space where I have to sell sex, drugs, profanity, and all of that. I've never been there. And then if I'm there, I know not to stay. I know not to stay. At least I've gotten to the point where I know, I am here and I'm sneezing, and I'm starting to sneeze because something is off. I need to get out of here. So I've gotten to that point where I know that.
Okay, now, so for a young girl out there that she has to survive and she loves presenting, she loves radio work, but one of the consecration God gave her is you cannot. I think most of the times as Christians we confuse secular songs for worldly songs because singing happy birthday, it's a secular song. You are not edifying yourself, you are not praising God. So they get the consecration not to listen to secular songs like they would say, but I do not think that's possible. Because you would go to school, you would sing the national anthem, and it's a secular song. So I would say they get a consecration not to listen to worldly songs. They shouldn't listen to worldly songs, but they find themselves working in a space that they love the nature of the job. They love speaking, they love presenting, and the station cannot do without playing worldly songs. And although that now takes us to NTBB, not to be broadcasted, because most of these words that makes us classify these songs as worldly songs, they are not allowed on radio and all, but we still see songs that they would change the words and make it kind of look accepted, but deep down we know this is what this person is saying. And you can't do without it. I remember I was working in radio some time back during my IT days, and I was not familiar with the songs in the system. And the songs I had on my phone were them Prince Emmanuel, so I put them on the system and I was playing it back to back. Then the person I was working with, Auntie, yesterday and Sunday, we have had enough of gospel songs yesterday, and this is not a Christian station. It is a public station, and the listeners, they are both Christians. They are people that they do not believe in anything. So you cannot be biased, and I think that's fair. That's fair. So how do they now? What do they do? Because it's now bring them to a very confused state, because there are people that once they hear some kind of words, songs, to them, they felt, I am no longer spiritual. I have lost it. God is angry with me. Stuffs like that. So how do we now balance this spirituality being right in our consecration with God and our job? Tagging this radio presenting job.
So I think that it's a dicey one, firstly, because consecrations are personal, right? So some persons, their consecrations are not to drink alcohol. Some persons would, for example, smoke and feel bad, right? But we still know some people that would smoke in their car, get into church and do what they want to do. I would still say everyone is loved by the Father, right? These are metrics. I think that these are basically not metrics that we should judge by. But if you know you are not to listen to secular songs, quote and unquote. So I think it's why we now have gospel radio stations, for example. And some people, it's based off of their own self. They don't want to consume so much. Like I said, we have a clear example of someone that I know personally that was on the radio, and then the next thing she's like, she can't do this anymore, right? So she goes on TV, she's doing programs that are strictly church programs, right? So if it's possible where you work, right, that you could select what the programs you want to do. So it's there for everybody to now know that, if we are talking end of the year groove, no give Gare, right? If we're talking a revival documentary, give it to her. If there's room for that, that's okay. You could opt for that. But to say you're employed, you know what the rules are, you know what the do's and don'ts are, and then you suddenly want to change it for the people that are giving you a job, I don't think that it cuts it, right? But also, I'm not sure the Father would want you to go hungry. Do you understand? So, especially if there's always going to be a way out of it. Because when you say, I don't consume secular music, right? I know someone that doesn't consume or play secular music from their own device. But when we go to weddings, we hear and we listen to these things, right? When you go for dinner with your friends, you hear blues, you hear love songs now, Abi,
and you like that.
And no, even if you don't even listen. So some people could just say, my home is my altar. We are not going to have these voices ring in this place.
Yeah.
Do you understand? The same way you preserve your mind, because it's as though you get into a public vehicle, you are traveling from Warri to Lagos, you will tell the driver, say, "Oga, no play that." It can't work.
Yeah,
it can't work. So especially when you know you have that, look for a way to balance it.
Yeah.
But if you really, oh, I want to do TV, I want to do radio, this is what it is, I can never, that line is there. Please just go work at a Christian station. Go work at a strictly Christian station. That's just it.
Okay, so what you said basically centered around consecration, and it's personal. Because there are people that would not do it because in my church they say we should not listen to worldly song. But I think it's two different things. You will not find a worldly song on my phone.
Yeah.
I said worldly, not secular. You would not find a worldly song on my phone. But I go to work. The system I have to work. There are worldly songs there, but there are worldly songs that do not have what we would term NTBB in the broadcasting sphere, but that does not still qualify them good for me as a Christian. But the radio is an avenue to reach the masses. It's an avenue to communicate to crowd. And the Bible says we should not contaminate our soul. We should fight the good fight of faith. We should not be unequally yoked, because people would preach with scriptures like this, but the Bible says we should go ye into the world and preach the gospel. And I would quote what great man Tackett said some time ago. The great man said, if we're preaching the gospel only in the church, it's not the gospel, because God said we should go ye into the world, and we are not of this world, so meaning the world would not behave like us. So now we're not saying go to the club and go and preach. There are people that said God told them to start a night club. Now they know that one. Yeah, that's what God told them. That's what they said God told them, but that's not it now. This is coming to work. I think playing songs on radio is 1/4 of the jobs you do there. So you now, this is an avenue to reach out to people. You do not really have to come to the radio and say, Jesus said this, Jesus said today your life is blessed. But there are times I would come on radio and I would rant about how stressful something was for me, and I will at the end of the day just chip it. I just prayed and I felt peace. There was a time I did a program on radio and I just tagged it being grateful, and I opened the call lines and people called. I am grateful for life, I am grateful for my son. And there was a woman that said, this actually made me realize there were more things to be grateful for than more things I am being worried about. So I think it's an avenue. There are people that would say apostle in the business space, apostle in the back-end space, in the market. So that's an avenue, but it's not sitting well for me. It's not sitting well, but it now brings us back to personal consecration. So do you think coming to work, coming to a radio station, and because you have to be there when a worldly song is being played, a worldly songs without NTBB, but like I said earlier, it doesn't still qualify it.
Right.
Yeah. Is it enough reason to quit an avenue to earn money, to do what you love, to influence people? Take a look at Ayo Mario essay. People love her, and one thing they know, Ayo is a Christian. Right. She's loud about her faith, and I think her lifestyle must have drawn people to Christ. So and she will come on TV, she will talk about celebrities, about shows, politics and all, what we would classify a Christian should not be doing those, but she's still bold about her faith. If you point to Ayo tomorrow, Ayo is a Christian. No, that babe, not they play with God. So do you think it's enough reason?
So I think that it's not enough reason, because basically your consecrations, of course, are supposed to be personal, right? And let's not, being a Christian is Christ-like.
Yeah.
Right. Even Jesus Christ in the Bible would have conversations with people that the people at the time will term unclean. So if you say, oh, don't access the brothels, so the preachers that go to preach in the brothels, are you going to call them contaminated? So it is, your thing. It is your thing. If you know that, oh, for example, you're dealing or battling with alcohol, when you get drunk, you lose your sense of sanity, you lose keys, you hurt people, you use curse words, you could just make out with anybody around you because you've just lost your senses, and you know that, oh, when I do alcohol, these are the kind of things that I do that I shouldn't do, right? That's for you when you're now told stop, because this is now an avenue where, let me just say, the devil gets a grip on you, right? So that's for you. You can't come to work the next day and then you say, all of you that are now drinking alcohol, you power of the devil. You people now used to go and make, but maybe when those other people drink alcohol, maybe they don't make out with people randomly, they don't break things, they don't swear, they don't curse at people, right? So if you know within you this thing you are doing is not glorifying God, is different. It's not even the radio. The radio is a sane space. People that even sing secular songs, so are we now going to then say those people should not pray to God? Or do you think they don't pray to God before they release albums? Or do you think it's not God that still gives them life and sustains them? So let's try to, I don't want to say, oh, it's a religious thing. Let's just know that what is for me is for me, and don't carry it and rub off on other people. If you know you don't want to walk before, say it. Because when you go on to say, okay, go and work in a Christian radio station, they are still going to refuse to go on to. And another thing is, the Father is not going to put you in a compromising situation. That's it. If you're towing a line of business, by the time it says get out of here, it's showing you the next way to go. Straight up. Right? So I also think that it's somebody that even cares about the people you're reaching out to, that will even go on their knees and pray to say, as I'm praying this morning, God, what should I see on the radio? Who should I speak to? Who should I? Our lives alone. So apart from you living your life to please God, how are you winning people to Christ? Most importantly,
that's an avenue.
There are very, very, very many other important things that we can do for the Father that we refuse to do. I saw a quote the other day and they say, do you want to get to the mountain top so people see you on the mountain top, or you want to get to the mountain top because you want to be there? So is this I want everybody to know I don't drink alcohol, I want you people to know I'm not in the world like you, I want you people to know I'm not a sinner? Is that what it is? Or it's really a situation where this thing draws me away from the Father, I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to reduce my use of social media because it bites into my prayer time. So what exactly drives you? Why are you doing what you're doing? If you're not meant to be in the social space for some reason, you know, it's okay. It's okay to stay away. It's okay to stay. You're not going to go hungry because you're not going to work on the radio. You could decide, for example, to maybe be a fashion designer, and whilst you are there sewing, you are listening to gospel songs, you are chanting all day, even anointing your clothes before you give it out, praying for your customers, praying for fruits of the womb for them, just doing your thing. So whatever works for you, but then don't go on judging other people and judging the way they live and saying, oh, you say you are a Christian and you have a club, when the Bible is actually written that, oh, Christians should not own. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's got to be a balance. Well, let's remember that consecrations here, they're personal. They're personal. It's between you and your God.
I would go home with that. Consecrations are personal. So before we round up, let's go into your denomination. Gare is a proud Catholic. She's a proud Catholic, but at the same time, she blends in. You would see Gare go for Pentecostal meetings, conferences, concerts. Sometime last year, she called me. She was like, 10 hours prayer is happening. Oh, where are you? And I'm like, I am going to be at work. And she was like, okay. And we live in a society where Christians, we tend to separate these denominations. Catholic are on their own, this one's there on their own. And I would say generally we see Catholic as people that they do not like gra. Let me just go and pray to God, go to my mass, pray with my rosary, and just go home. And me now seeing a Catholic, and she's a proud Catholic. She's not just wearing see it here. just so you know, she's a proud Catholic, but she still blends in. And I come to work, she's like, have you listened to that message from Apostle? And I'm like, she still balances everything, but How do you do all this and you still maintain your core as a Catholic?
Okay, so so I don't really know how to answer in all honesty, but I know that I'm fulfilled attending mass, right? There's peace there. There's peace when I say my rosary. There's peace when I worship God. There's peace when I praise. I feel good, uplifted, listening to messages, right? I don't know. I don't see any reason why I should separate it, to be honest. And I also think that maybe it's because of, I wouldn't say it's perceptions, because I know people in my family that they've never gone to another church. They're never going to go there. And based off of the fact that then people would say, oh, when you're going from one church to another, you're looking for miracles, you're looking for this, you're looking for that. So I feel that it's basically my love for the Father really is God. It's just, anointed, to be fair, it's hard to answer, but I'm not going to say I don't know why there's that divide. To be honest, I do not know why the divide is there, but I think that if Lawrence Oyo is going to come to Warrior and there's a 10-hour prayer charge and I feel okay, let's to go there, I'm going to be there. If I have the opportunity to go to Lagos for the Hallelujah Challenge, I am going to be there, right? Because at the end of the day, it's giving back glory to God. The mass, like they will tell us in church, is the highest form of prayer. So when I go to the mass, I still go to pray. When I'm streaming, I am praying to God now, Abi. So it's still just giving back to the Father, communing with God, loving up on Him, and it's how I see this thing. So it's crazy to balance, but I know there's even a particular program I'd gone to, and when I did Bible school, I did a Bible school in another church, and on our graduation day, the head pastor said, even in this graduation, there is a Catholic here and all of that, and it's crazy to see, but I really think that it's perceptions, that I just believe that it's perceptions, right? But I pray my rosary, feel peace. I attend mass, feel peace. Dance and praise God and feel peace, and that's it. And then also when you know that thing they say, oh, Catholics don't pray. They are charismatic, so in the Catholic Church, that we pray you way out of all of our troubles and all of that. So I think that basically it's perception, but that is just for every time. I just want to be where the Father is. Mind you, there are some, it's not all churches you go to. It's not all, do you understand? Don't go and test spirits that will test you back. But where they are praising God, count me in. Where we sit and dwell, oh please, I am there. So that's it.
Okay. So we would round up with this question now. So you are I would call you a polymath. You're good at everything you do, and you do so much. So let me use this famous term. As a young lady that is aspiring to aspire, do you sometimes feel like you're not doing enough? Do you sometimes feel like, see my mates, see where they are? And for me, you're doing so much. You inspire me so much. But personally, for you, do you feel you should do more? Especially when you see people that are your mates. You don't even know how they got there, but you see them on stages you want to be. You see them acquiring properties you want to acquire. Do you kind of look at yourself less, like the word people would say?
So I think that looking at myself less, no, never. But always wanting to do better, bigger things, yes. So there comes a time where you're going to feel like you're not doing enough. That's the truth. But I think that all in all, you're supposed to yearn to be better, because you don't want to be stagnant. But there are times where if you start to feel underachieved and it's not spurring you to do more, then there is a problem. If you don't want to be better until you see that your mate now has that thing that you don't have, like I said, do you actually want to get to the mountaintop so they will see you there? Or it's because you really wanted to get there? Do you want to speak to younger girls there? Do you want to carry water? Or you just want me to be say, I still get 82 inches, bust down, bone straight, Is that exactly what's driving you? There are people that, funny enough, their lives are like that. They see that, oh, you have this, for example, they say, oh, this my friend has iPhone 13. Motivation, I'm going to buy 14. Motivation, I'm going to buy 12. There are people that's what supports them, that's what drives them. But for me, wanting to always do better, yes. Wanting to always do better, yes. But do I know that? Have I gotten to the point where I see myself and tell myself, Gary, you are a gift. Gary, you're good? Because there's also been a time, I think I shared this story one time, was a particular Big Brother episode, and I would go on to hear what the ages of those people were, and they were my mates. And at the time, did I have a job at the time? I'm not even sure I had a full job at the time. I'm not even sure I'd even gone to fashion school at that time. So it was the lowest I'd ever felt. I deleted social media because in my head, I'm like, do you understand? I didn't want to see. I didn't want to be there. But you also know that there's a point you get to, you know that, oh, I'm good, but I can be better.
Yeah.
So do you want to be better? Do you want to climb bigger stages? Do you just yearn for more? Yes. But to think that, oh, not enough, you're going to get there. Everybody's going to feel it too. But don't dwell in it. Don't dwell in it, and never stop yearning to grow. Grow for the you that you were yesterday, but not because someone else has gone to do it. Because what happens is you're going to leave yourself burnt out. See, let me tell you something. By the time you use someone else's life as a yardstick, when you get there, you're going to see somebody that's even better than that person. And then so at that, just ensure that at every point in time, you're giving your best. You're doing the best that you can. You're yearning to be better. You are refusing to settle. You want to ensure that you're growing. You're just giving it your 100. Be with people that will spur you to do more. But to feel totally underachieved, if you get into that pit, it's going to be really, really hard to get out of it. You are just going to turn bitter. You're just going to turn bitter. You're not going to see things to be grateful for. Mind you, if we're going to even use the things we see on social media as a yardstick, you want to know that people do not put out their bad stories, or at least they do not put out their bad stories enough as they will put out the good ones, right? So take for example, I traveled in January. When did I travel? February or so. I know every day it was very exciting. I was keeping people updated. I'm posting, I'm eating check today. I went for Mars. These people called me a Ghanaian. I did this. I did that. So it's there. But from the past couple, I think I wasn't even feeling well for the past couple of weeks, and I'm not present. Will everybody not rest?
Exactly.
If I go to Zambia tomorrow, will I not start to post it? But the time that I was sick and dying of malaria, did I post that one?
No,
when I don't get money, I post them. When unnaturally, there are even sometimes of the months you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel damn ugly. Even if you use Snapchat to do your videos, it's not giving. Will you post it?
No.
Oh, please, come on. Do you understand? So yes, you could. Sometimes you will just even sometimes you even set up your camera to cry. Because you just want to know, there was a time I was able. Are you really, really going to post it? Unless maybe it's now something spiritual. Maybe you now get the leading to say, send this out because someone needs to see to say everybody struggles to. Send this out. Someone needs to see that everybody struggles to. We mentioned somebody today that I said, I was envious of the person and then I corrected myself and said, please, I want the good part of the person's life that I am saying, because everybody's got their battles. Everybody's got their struggles. I had a boss the other time that I really would admire, but then when we would always have meetings, she'll start to say, these ones people are giving excuses upon excuses. Me too, you get where they pay me. Do you understand? And you look at these people and you feel they're perfect. So everyone's struggling at a time. But you don't want to settle. You want to be better, a better version of the person that you were yesterday. But please do not look at yourself that you are down and under. Do not look at yourself like you're down and under. Just keep growing. Leverage your gifts. Enhance it. Hone your skills. Do something for yourself. Everything is basically going to fall in place at the end of the day. Whoosh.
Everything is definitely going to fall in place at the end of the day, man. It's a good time to draw the curtains. It's about a very quick one in should I say in 4 words, but in a very short one. What would be your advice to a young lady that she really wants to grow career wise, but right now it's feeling like she's not putting in enough effort. It is seeming so discouraging now, not just career-wise, also for business. She's trying, but everything is failing as at now, and they really want to give up now. What would you say to that lady?
So firstly, the term you used is young, right? Let me tell you something. Even someone that's 50-year-old that has a fighter's mindset is going to tell you they are young and they're going to keep going. I don't know if I should say follow the tides, but the truth is, so it's healing hearts. We're talking Jesus, we're talking the Father, right? We had a conversation this morning, and I was talking about a business I had quit. And then because I think I didn't dwell enough, I didn't listen enough, I didn't ask enough. Patience is a virtue, so they say. But you know where you want to go to. So for that person that knows, at the height of it, this is where I can be, you want to start to take little steps towards going there. The truth of the matter is, you might not feel you are growing, but take for example, you go to work in a radio station, right? The way you were on your first day, it's not ever going to be the same way you'll be 2 years later. But you might just feel as though my lifestyle is redundant, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. But the truth is, you're growing. So as a young person, give yourself time. Do not start, you can't be in your 20s and compare yourself with someone in their 50s. Mind you, everybody is figuring it out as they go. But then we now have the Holy Spirit as an expo, quote and unquote, that now says, do this, speak to this person, go to this conference. This is what you need to hear. This is who you need to be with. These are the kind of things you need to be downloading in your head at the time. Sometimes we're frustrated about the situations we're in, but we're not even looking for a solution, right? So if you know that, I just feel like it's not working, you can take many steps back and just brace. But then, take it from me, it's all going to fall in place at the end of the day. You know what anxiety and worry doesn't do? It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. If you have a gift, keep honing it. Ask questions. You want to be around people that have maybe conquered what you're trying to conquer, and have honest conversations with them. Bear your mind to them, and everything is going to fall in. And you have to be patient with yourself. No two persons' journeys are the same. No two persons' journeys are the same. Everybody wants to look put together. Everybody wants to package. Everybody wants to just be there. No two persons' journeys are the same. Listen to people, like I said, they've been there, done that. Do you want to copy their habits? Do you want to do the things that they do? For people that maybe have battled anxiety for the longest time, how did they get out of it? What's their winner's mindset? How do people save money? Most times our problem is money. How do people invest? Do you understand? These kind of conversations, just try to solve the problem, but just be patient. Everybody is figuring it out. Even at 30, you will still start again. Say there is air in your lungs. Now what for you? They talk as small. Everything is going to work. Everything is going to work. We just have to believe in God that leads us. Believe in yourself, and everything is going to fall in place. It's natural to feel some kind of way. Everything is going to work. Everything is going to work. Mind you, you put in the work, and then you're holding onto the cloak of the God that cannot fail. So what are you talking about? It's all going to work. Just patience. Surround yourself with the right people. Just consume the right material. Take it one step at a time.
Okay, so I would end with what Gare said. Take it one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. Thank you for sticking till the end. Thank you very much. Yes, this is Heal Our Heart, where we talk about things as related to believers, what we go through and how we can handle them. I trust you had a great time, and please do well to like, share, subscribe, comment, share it to your friends. Please be cool. Thank you very much, Gary, for joining us.
It is a pleasure. officially I'll go and note it down. The first podcast I featured on, or is this the second? The first one wasn't released, so this is officially the first one that's going to be released, right? So yes, it's the Heal Our Hearts channel, and you inspire me. Thank you so much.
Aww.
If I go and start my podcast tomorrow, don't say I copy you. It's inspired that you inspire me. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing such good work. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So guys, we see you the next time. Remember, I love you, but Abba loves you more.
Like, share, subscribe.
What she said. Bye guys, we'll see you the next time.